My name is Shelby Honey, and I am the show producer for Jurassic World VelociCoaster.
Okay, let's get started with the basic question. Team front or team back?
Oh, interesting. There's not a bad seat in the house. I have ridden all of them. I am a little interesting. I really love the third row left. For some reason, that's my favorite. That's the one I'm always running for, but there's not a bad seat in the house.
That is the one I was just in for the recording.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
amazing.
awesome.
Two parts here. When you were and the team were getting together to put this together, what was the one track element that you knew absolutely had to be in this, and what was the one decorative element that you knew you absolutely had to have in this? No negotiation. They had to be
Oh
there.
my gosh, that's so interesting. So our coaster designer, Keith McVean, he really knew what he wanted this to be. And I think for him, we worked so hard to make sure this barrel roll over the water was as iconic, but also as an exceptional experience as a guest on the coaster as it could be. We wanted to make sure it was centered, framed beautifully under the Discovery Center. Nothing on this coaster was an accident, all very thoughtfully designed. So the Mosasaurus roll, definitely the number one coaster element. And then from a theming standpoint, obviously there has to be raptors. It is intricate and essential to the franchise, but something that was also in our show and really very different is the rock work. The rock work was so important in creating this immersive paddock area that has a waterfall, these tall grasses that you see in the films, and just again, the beautiful rock work. It really elevates the thrill as well.
And the whole thing about Jurassic Park, Jurassic World is that something goes terribly wrong.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
that's a practical thing. You know, thinking about the design of this, what were some of the things that you wanted to go terribly wrong in this entire attraction?
Oh goodness, I think for us, really the thing that goes wrong is you have, as a guest at Jurassic World, thought it was a good idea to get on a roller coaster going into the raptor paddock. Owen thinks it's a terrible idea. So really for us, again, there's so many places in Islands of Adventure where the something goes wrong plays out so beautifully. So really we're just placing ourselves right in that moment in time in the franchise.
Tell me a little bit about the very first time that you went on the coaster and what your reaction was.
So remember, as part of the creative team, we wrote it very early.
Yeah.
So there is something a little bit intimidating about getting on a coaster in the first couple of launches of the coaster, but it was a really surreal experience, especially for us on the creative team, because we knew this coaster so well. This was a 4-year process. So knowing what it looks like, knowing what it's supposed to feel like, and then feeling that, it was like coaster deja vu, and it was very, very interesting, also very emotional. You have to imagine over the last year, all of us really got off that coaster screaming, laughing, crying about, we did it.
Yeah. What would you like fans to know most about the whole process of creating this ride?
I think what I would want really about any attraction is it is very iterative, but also super collaborative. So just because you're seeing maybe Greg and I today, there's a wonderful, huge project team that has brought this to life, a wonderful construction team, architects, schedule, all of that is so critical, and it takes a truly collaborative and excellent team to pull something like this together.